This is module number 8, Review Screen Tools. By Review Screen Tools, we mostly mean calipers. The EP WorkMate recording system gives you 4 different calipers that you can use: a dual caliper, a single tick mark caliper, a single full line caliper, and a voltage caliper. Inside the EP WorkMate recording system, you can also draw arrows to accentuate something or make a slide look nice for a presentation. And we have a button that we call the anti-caliper. This button will remove all calipers and arrows from your screen. When dealing with the dual calipers, the standard rule is that any unlocked leg of the caliper is blue. Any locked legs of the caliper are yellow. Using the dual calipers, you can left-click to lock down the left leg, and then left-click again to lock down the right leg. Once both legs are locked down, you can left-click on either leg to pick it back up and move it again. Or you can left-click on the horizontal bar that connects the 2 legs to pick the entire caliper up. Finally, you can left-click on the number of the measurement itself, and the measurement window will open up and allow you to enter the measurement into the database. The single tick mark caliper is the single blue line with a blue arrow. The single tick mark caliper places a marker for each left click on the specific electrogram where the blue caliper arrow is pointing. Using the single tick mark caliper, you can make multiple measurements on multiple channels. As a matter of fact, this caliper was designed for doing baseline measurements, since you can make several marks on the surface lead, then move down to the intracardiacs and make different marks on different intracardiac channels. If you make a mistake, and you placed a mark where you don't want one, just middle-click to the left of the mark, and that will allow that measurement mark to be picked up. Then you can place it again in a different location. Right-clicking will close this caliper or get it off the screen. The next caliper is the single full line caliper. This caliper looks a lot like a single tick mark caliper, except the arrow is yellow instead of blue. A left click with this caliper places a full line across all electrograms. Moving that line left or right and placing a second click gives you a numerical measurement in milliseconds, which is the distance between 2 lines. If you make a mistake and place a line where you don't want it, you can middle-click on the number to pick up the caliper and edit it. A right-click also closes this caliper. This is the only caliper on the EP WorkMate recording system that is capable of measuring beyond 1 screen width within the same recording. So this is the one caliper that you can scroll left or right off the screen, and even though one caliper is off the screen, you can place a second caliper and still get a measurement. The voltage caliper is just like the dual caliper, and the unlocked legs of the caliper are blue and locked legs of the caliper are yellow. The voltage caliper works just like a dual caliper, except it's measuring amplitude instead of time. It's measuring millivolts instead of milliseconds. Anytime you have too many calipers on the screen, and the screen is just getting confusing, you can use the anti-caliper. The anti-caliper removes all dual, single tick mark, single full line, and voltage calipers, as well as arrows from the review screen. Once you click the anti-caliper, everything will be gone. You can add notes to the review screen by clicking the Notes button on the toolbar at the top of the review screen. When you click Notes, you get a dialog box that opens up and allows you to free text whatever you would like for your note. You can also indicate whether you want this note to be added to the log. By default, all the notes will be added to the log. You could designate this note as a real-time note instead of a review note. If you select real-time, the note will be added at the timestamp when the note was selected. If not, the note will be added to the review screen. You can also select the font size for the note. All notes have a default font size, but you can change it to make it bigger or smaller. If you find that you're adding the same note over and over again, you might want to add events instead. Events is just like adding notes, except events is a menu. The events menu can be edited so that whatever events you want to be on the list can be on the list. Each event also has a hotkey, so that not only can you click the Events button and click a specific event and drop it on the review screen, but if you learn a hotkey for the specific event, you can just press the hotkey and the event will be added in real time at the moment you press the hotkey. There is also a medication log, which allows the user to input steady drugs and sedations that were given during a specific case. The medication log can be accessed by clicking the syringe icon on the toolbar at the top of the review screen.